Hi, this is Andy, and I have found out the reason for imperfect clefts. Just to let you know, previously, before I removed the towel and took apart my clefts 4x4, I thought that the clefts were actually useless because they lock up a lot. The middle layers lock up, and so I preferred my Ishin 4x4, and lots of people actually laughed at me and thought I was stupid. I thought I didn't own a clefts. Anyway, I am here today to tell you that I have found out why my clefts weren't as great as it's supposed to be. Basically, I took off the tiles. I thought my hand was too small, and so I took off the tiles and I wanted to put stickers on them. And I found out, as I was sanding down the pieces, I found a lot of sand went into the core. So I actually took apart the whole thing, and I decided to wash it. I found the screw, which my friend was talking about, which you can actually just release a bit, so that the tension between these two aren't great, so that the pieces can slide easier. The center pieces, actually, when two pieces are in there, they can pull each other if you pull the cube apart. So if you release this enough, these two pieces can actually move apart a bit more, and that will allow more space for these pieces to cut each other. Anyway, I don't bother explaining. Just take it apart or look for the screw, put a screwdriver in, and just release it about one turn, half a turn or one turn. I released half a turn because I do not want them to pop on me when I go for competitions. Okay, so anyway, I found the reason for why my clefts aren't as perfect as Dave Diablo's clefts or anyone else's clefts. Is because some stock from China are actually considered A grade, and they are B grade products from China, and I found that mine was a B grade because mine was cheaper. Okay, so I actually found out why they consider this a B grade. I looked into the edge piece and I found that imperfection over there. Wait, let me let the camera focus. There. You see that? This bulging thing here. Whereas on the other side it's flat. It's flat on this side, but it bulged up on the other side. I do not know how that happened. I don't know whether I was rough with the cube, but I think that this is an imperfection, because I found that I have 11 pieces with imperfections and the rest do not have imperfections. Yeah, some of you may have noticed that the center caps also have imperfections. See the bump over there? Over here. They don't actually bother your solves, so don't bother sanding them off. Just leave it alone. It doesn't bother your cube, because when it's on the core, it doesn't even touch. It doesn't touch the core. As you can see, there's space there, so the imperfection actually doesn't touch the core. So it doesn't produce friction. The thing that produces friction is this one, because when the centerpiece slides along at the edge piece, you will find that it passes through this friction point. So when it slides across like this, it hits that friction and it slows it down and sometimes locks up the cube. And that is why my cube locked up a lot, because 11 pieces, that's like almost half of the cube, had imperfections. That's why my cube was horrible. And so if you find that your clefts it locks up a lot, you might want to check your cube and see if there are imperfections like mine. Where you'll find them is between the cap, you know, the edge piece. They have a cap on it, so you look at the cap and you look at the joints, and like this one, if you can see, yeah, let me see if the camera can focus. Yeah, you can see that imperfection over there. Yeah, over there. That is like a bump. You can hear when I scratch. So that's basically the imperfections that you will find. I found that 11 pieces of mine had those. And I actually recorded a video before this, and so this is the second video I'm posting. And because I found out, I actually want to teach you guys how to use sandpaper to mod it, but I decided that you could use an X-Acto knife because I tried it after that. Yeah, so anyway, how you would mod it is you would take your blade or your X-Acto knife and you would basically slice at it. As you can see, the imperfections coming off, and make it flat. Make the piece flat. Basically remove the imperfections from that piece. And that's a lot of imperfections right there. Maybe you can see, yeah. It's a lot of imperfections. And so I just remove them. And yeah, it should be flat. And after removing them, you might want to put it somewhere so that you can wash it later, so you don't forget that this one had imperfections. So you just cut the bump off, and yeah, you basically do this to all the pieces which have these imperfections. So you can do this with a knife, but be very careful when using an X-Acto knife, because when I was modding my Megaminx, my MF8 Megaminx, I used a knife and I used a blade or X-Acto knife, and I got a deep cut. It's a very bad time to get a deep cut. I actually had the knife like this, and I had the knife like this. Basically the whole blade went into my finger, and this is my right index finger, and that would be very bad for me, especially because there's a competition in Malaysia in Klang on Sunday, and today is Thursday. So you do not want to cut your finger before any competition. So I basically had a few cuts, one here and one here. This is a bad cut. And so be very careful when you're modding your pieces, because I do not want you guys to get any injuries which will cause you much pain when you're solving your cube. So yes, I will post a video response the moment I complete the mod, and I will let you know what I feel about the new Clefforts after I mod it. So yeah, see you soon. Watch out for that video, and I hope it does help, and does help you guys a lot too. So thanks for watching. Rate, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want with the video. You can tell your friends if they have imperfect Clefforts. Anyway, I hope this helps, and thanks for watching. Bye.